What's up, YouTube? For tonight's video, we're a full Yamask team. Yamask is a really cool Pokemon, and it gets a Galar form with Runerigus as well, so I thought I'd make a theme team on it. Now, if there's any other evolution teams you'd like me to do, please leave it below in the comment section. I'd love to see your creative ideas. If you want to check my streams out, people, they are on Twitch. I've got a 4-battle special tonight, so we've got 4 battles back to back. If you like these sort of things, maybe let me know in the comment section, and I could do it again. So get some popcorn, some food, and chill out because we got some battles to do. This was a battle on my Twitch chat. This one was against Mars. And I kind of wish my name was Uranus at the time. So we got a Rapidash lead here, and Rapidash is going to be shiny. And we got my Yamask lead here. Now, before anyone says it in the comment section, I'm going to beat every single person to it. I'm probably going to call Yamask Yanmask at some point in this battle. I just did then. Alright, so this is a Trick Room set, and it's pretty actually handy to my whole team strategy. Now, obviously, I've only got 4 Pokemon, right? So I've got to think about how I can maximize the amount of damage I can do with 4 Pokemon. So we got Trick Room, Destiny Bond, Shadow Ball, and Magic Coat. Now, Shadow Ball there is to get some damage there, and most of the time I'll be setting Trick Room up and going for Destiny Bond. Now, the Magic Coat there obviously is to set up on any Pokemon that attempting to set up on me. I can bounce those statuses back and maybe help my team out a little bit. So we got the Beware coming in here with the Zen Headbutt. I'm going to take that one pretty well, and I've got the obviously I've got the Mummy ability too. So I'm going to see Van Gogh's Mummy, and that ability is going to get swapped around. So now I can go for a Destiny Bond here. I knew that Beware probably wouldn't be able to take me out in one shot. I had a Focus Sash regardless if it was a crit or not, and I'm going to be going for that move there. Man, it's so like creepy with that mask on the bottom of the Yanmask there as well. That looks like the face. It's got the really weird Pokedex entry as well. Scary one. Okay, so down goes my Yamask, and the Yamask, God, I did it again, and Beware is going to go down too. Now it's like, okay, this team solely runs around Trick Room, right? Now, Trick Room is quite handy on this Cofagrigus. Let me explain why. We got a special attacking Cofagrigus, beautiful under Trick Room, max health and max special attack, quiet nature, 0 IVs and speed. So we've got Nasty Plot, we've got Psychic, we've got Shadow Ball, all the nice coverage moves there, and that's going to take the Frost Layer easily in one shot. Now, I thought it may have a Focus Sash there, but it didn't. Of course, that critical hit didn't matter there, and Cofagrigus' special attack isn't too bad, but with Nasty Plot, it makes it pretty, pretty potent Pokemon to come against. So we've got Frogger hopping into the battle here, which is the Venusaur. I think they've got a full shiny team. So the other move I got is Body Press too. I sort of made it a little bit of a mixed attacker too, because it's got such a great defense that I thought, if like a Steel type comes into this, I can go for a Body Press in case I don't have a Nasty Plot upright. So Venusaur's going to come in. It does take the Psychic reasonably well, and now it's going to be going for a Toxic. The only bad thing about that is I can go for another Psychic, and Venusaur is most definitely going to go down. Then I'm starting to think maybe it could go for like a Protect and try and storm me out a little bit of the Toxic. But regardless, it definitely doesn't have, enough health to live the next Psychic from Cofagrigus. So Cofagrigus does a really cool shiny too. I really like it. So we got the Trick Room running out for me, unfortunately. Then I'll start thinking, I'm going to go for another Nasty Plot here. I can set up on, then they're going to swap out their Venusaur ride, and we've got the Sigilyph coming in. So Sigilyph ride is normally a very bulky Pokemon, and it can run that, that Cosmic Power set and Stored Power. So it's like, okay, we've got the Nasty Plot up here. We're good to go, right? We've got some nice special attack boost. So I've got the Toxic here, and I'm pretty sure I can one-shot this very, very easily. Unless it's got something like a Focus Sash or something like that, I've got to be pretty right. So we got the Calm Mind from Sigilyph here. Now, after one Calm Mind, I was thinking, man, that's not going to be enough to take, to be able to hold like against a super effective Shadow Ball, anything like that. So it's like, I'm going to see what this item actually is. So go for the Shadow Ball there. I really love how Cofagrigus puts its hands out while it uses Shadow Ball. It looks so cool. And Sigilyph is going to go down. So Cofagrigus is causing a lot of problems for my opponent at the moment. It has taken out a couple of Pokemon. It's nearly taken out 3 Pokemon. So it's like, okay, Venusaur's probably going to hop back into the battle now that there's no Trick Room on the field, right? So all we've seen from Venusaur is Toxic. I was thinking, okay, what is it going to do? Is it going to heal itself? Is it going to try and set up Leech Seed? What is it going to do? Is it just going to attack me with a Grass type move? It's going to be going for the Giga Rain. So Giga Rain does a little bit of damage to me, not too much. Unfortunately for the Venusaur, that is not going to be enough sustain for it to allow it to live in this Psychic, right? And Psychic is going to take the Venusaur out. Oh, the item on my Cofagrigus is Weakness Policy as well. So you could essentially have it under the Trick Room, right? set up a nasty plot, get hit by a super effective move, and man, you better watch out under Trick Room because that thing will roll you right. Okay, so we got the Rapidash coming in here. I was like, okay, well, it's probably going to go for like a Flare Blitz or something like that. It went for a Poison Jab, and Poison Jab actually isn't very effective, and I'm going to be able to live. Man, run away, Cofagrigus. I would run away after seeing this one. So we got the Poison, which is going to take me out in the next turn. Obviously, I'm just going to go for the Psychic. I didn't even think that I'd even like live that. I thought Rapidash would just Flare Blitz me. I'm going to take it out with a crit, so Rapidash is going to go down, and so is my Cofagrigus. I don't know if that point in the battle actually didn't make a lot of effect on the entire game, as you'll see. As you might think it changed the battle a bit, but it actually really did. So now we got the Primarina as their last Pokemon. This is a 4v6 at the moment too. So we're going to bring in my Yamask, I did it again. My Yamask, I'm just going to call it Mask. My Mask right is going to be going for a Trick Room here. We have a Dynamax Primarina. So if you haven't noticed, they didn't Dynamax until now. Now, Primarina, the only move I was kind of worried about was like a Water-type move. That'd be super effective against, not Cofagrigus or Runerigus, which was my last Pokemon outside of my baby Runerigus too. So we got the big old Primarina here. It's going to go definitely for a Water-type move. But instead of going for a Water-type move, it's going to go for an Ice move. I'm guessing that's coming off Ice Beam. Now, the problem with that, my Yamask has a Focus Sash as the item. Now, the Focus Sash is actually going to go away after the hail damage. So that's really bad. I can't go for a Destiny Bond. I can't go for any other moves like that. This one is actually a physical set. It's got Earthquake. So getting the Trick Room up, that was the most important thing there that allowed my Runerigus to actually outspeed everything in the next turn. So the hail is going to take my Yamask out. It did its job. It set up hail. But in some of the other battles coming up, it actually did a pretty good job. So the only good thing about the hail being on the field, it is going to land on the Primarina. So bringing in the Runerigus here. Now this Runerigus is a physical attacker with the Salt Vest. We got Shadow Claw, Body Press, Earthquake, and Facade if it does get poisoned or burned. So I could go Dynamax here, I can go for a Max Quake here, and boost my special defense and do obviously some nice damage to the Primarina in the process, right? Now, Primarina has 2 turns of Dynamax left. I was kind of hoping I could live the next attack, so then it would only have 1, and, hitting me with a much weaker Ice move or Water-type move, whatever it's going to throw at me, right? So going into the big Runerigus looks awesome. Like, this evolution line is, like, super cool in my opinion. I don't know, I just really like all the designs of them. They're really, really cool. I like how Runerigus sort of goes into that, what would you call it? It's sort of like a, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's sort of like when you put all like the dominoes together. Anyway, so we got I think that was the Earthquake, of course. There, Trick Room is still up. It's a 3-hit KO against Dynamax Primarina. So getting a nice special defense boost there, which is absolutely awesome. And instead of going for a Water-type move, they went for another Ice-type move. And this does a lot of damage to me. I was like, wow, that did so much to me. And it was a critical hit. So I was like, oh man, that actually did a lot. Like, if they fire a Water-type move on me next, I'm going to be in a really lot of trouble here. So I can go for another Max Quake here, boosting my special defense, but I was like, I don't know if I can actually win this at this point because, I'm going to have to take them out. I'm going to have to probably nearly take them out this turn. So go for another Max Quake there on the Primarina. Primarina is going to live that one and I'm going to get another boost in my special defense there. So like, okay, I'll definitely be able to live a Water-type move. And now Primarina is going to go for another Max Hailstorm. So like, okay, I'm going to live that easy. I get critted twice in a row by that. That is unbelievable. Like, that is an unbelievable ending to the battle there. And, yep, that's pretty much it. I'm salty as I got critted twice in a row. And after all those boosts as well, it wasn't even stabbed. Like, it was Ice Beam. Thank you for the battle, Mars. Go buy a lot of ticket, my man. All right, let's get on to the second battle. Now, the second battle was against Trevor. This one was also on my stream as well. But once again, people who haven't watched my live streams, you can check it out on Twitch. The link is in the description of the video. Now, Pikachu is going to be the lead Pokemon, and Pikachu has the Ash Hat. Now, this isn't bad, right? Because the Yamask, or quite a few of my Pokemon, can easily take a Pikachu out. So Pikachu's got to go for the Volt Tackle there. Once again, I got the Focus Sash. It actually doesn't take me out of my Sash, and I'm going to get Static. And Pikachu's got to get Mummy. Guys, I'm finally going to see Pikachu's mum. I wonder what she looks like. Pika-P. All right, so I'm going to set up that Trick Room run, which is going to be very handy for basically my entire team. Now I was thinking, okay, should I just go for a Magic Coat? I really don't have any other moves to hit the Pikachu with. I mean, I could attack it with a Shadow Ball, but I don't really want to waste like too many turns against the Pikachu. I want that Trick Room up, and I want the Yamask off the field. Then I can send in Cofagrigus or Runerigus to get as much damage while that room's up, right? Okay, so Pikachu's got to go for a Surf there. It's a mix set, and down goes my little mask, unfortunately. Now, I've got 3 more Pokemon to go. Pikachu has got leftovers only on PIMPNITE's channel. So we're dealing with a bulky Pikachu here. People, sometimes you just got to deal with these threats, right? You got to face these threats. So instead of going to Runerigus and Cofagrigus, I went into Yamask. I was like, maybe I can get a Yamask sweep. So go for the Earthquake. It's going to just body that Pikachu in one shot. Now, when I mentioned before I was going to go for a sweep, you may have guessed, they have got a full Pikachu hat team. So they got all the Pikachu hats they can possibly fit on one team. So we got another Pikachu coming in. Pikachu is going to have a Focus Sash, unfortunately for me. Now, I also have a Focus Sash myself too. So, okay, what are they going to use? Surf? Instead, they use Iron Tail. Man, Pikachu's tail turned like grey then. What's going on? So we got the Wandering Spirit and Static. I've got Static on my Yamask now. So I can go for any type of move. And I went for Astonish on this one. This was my other attacking move. Now these, the sets on these ones, you're probably wondering. All I ran on them was Max Attack. And on the other one, I ran Max Special Attack. That's all I did, right? I wanted the, like, 0 IVs in defense, special defense. So they took like a big hit. Obviously, I wanted Destiny Bond to work that way, right? So we got another Pikachu coming in. It's going to be go for a Surf. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of their Pikachus do have Surf. And Yamask is going to go... Yamask, oh my god, is going to go down. Someone's going to go through and like count all the times I messed up that Pokemon's name. All right, so Cofagrigus is going to be swapping in, and Cofagrigus is going to be a pretty nasty Pokemon to come against. So we got the big old Thunderbolt there. It does pretty good damage, but not anything really to Cofagrigus. I'm going to be going for a Body Press here. I'm going to sit on Pikachu, and it's going to live. Man, that Pikachu has some bulk there. Bulky Pikachu again. So I've got the Static, and Pikachu's got a Citrus Berry. Man, what are these Pikachu sets? Now, a little fun fact here. I have done a full Pikachu team before, and I did do all the Pikachu hats. So maybe if you like your Pikachus, you can check that video out after. Just, you can type it in the YouTube search. So we got I'm seeing Pikachu's mummy again. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, and that's most definitely going to take the Pikachu out there. So we've got 3 more Pikachus to deal with. I've got a Cofagrigus, and I've got a Runerigus left. Now, my Runerigus is paralyzed. It's going to be a bit of a problem here. Sorry, my Cofagrigus. Now, I was like, okay, are we going to get a big P? Or are we going to get a Pokemon, sorry, a Pikachu P? Like, both of them sound a little bit different. They still got a big P, though, and a little P. So we got the big old Pikachu with the hat on. I like how they kept the hat on them. They look super cool in the Dynamax. And I was like, okay, well, it's going to use... I'd say I'd probably use like an electric type move and get the terrain on the field, right? So we got the Max Lightning from the Pikachu, and this is going to drop pretty hard, and I just lived there on 9 health, so I was very actually happy about being able to live that one, right? So now Cofagrigus can either go for an attacking move, or I could just get paralyzed, right? That was pretty much my options. So go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball almost, if I had a little bit more special attack, I probably could have taken that out, but Cofagrigus' special attack is a little bit shaky, right? So I get 3/4 damage on the Pikachu. I don't even mind, and I'm going to be going down to a Surf. So at the moment, it's raining, and there's a electric current on the field, electric terrain. So my last Pokemon is Runerigus. You guys are probably thinking, well, Pikachu can go for a boosted Max Geyser now. This is going to be really bad for Runerigus. Now, my Runerigus does have a Soul Fest. That was pretty much my only saving grace here, and I was hoping I could get enough special defense boost to actually take out the remaining Pikachus, right? Now, I was hoping it was going to turn out that the last battle, like I got all those boosts right, and then I got critted into like oblivion. So it's kind of still like hoping that didn't happen again. So I remember my Dynamax candies on my Runerigus, which is good. And now we got the Max Geyser from the Pikachu, obviously coming off Surf, right? I reckon Pikachu, for what it is, when you give it a Light Ball, right, it gets some pretty good coverage. Like, it hits hard with electric type move. It gets Surf. It gets Grass Knot. There's some really good coverage there. It gets some other good moves like Nasty Plot too. The problem about Pikachu, right, it's not blisteringly fast. It's not bulky either, so usually it just goes down in one hit. So it's hard to get an initial setup on it. But man, its electric type moves hit very hard with the Light Ball, considering what its stats are, right? All right, so that Pikachu's going to go down. We've got 2 more Pikachu to deal with. Can we deal with these Pikachu? I don't know. Now, it depends if these Pikachu sets are running Surf or not. I noticed some had Surf and some are like physical sets. So this one obviously is a physical set. They can't hit me with electric type move because I'm Runerigus. And now I'm going to go for a Max Quake. And that 5th Pikachu is going to go down. So like, okay, Does the last Pikachu have a water-type move? Like, that's the only water-type move it can get. And if it does, I could be in a bit of trouble if it's a crit. If not, we're in the green, right? Because I've got 2 special defenses. So we got another Iron Tail set, and that, my friends, is the second game. It actually dropped my defense set, which is quite funny. I could go for a Max Quake here, and I was like, that's pretty much game, right? Because Pikachu is going to get one-shotted by this every time. And that was the second battle. People, hope you enjoyed this one. Really cool team there. That was a Pikachu team. And thank you for the battle, Trevor. I'm going to grab a quick little... Sorry about that. I'm going to grab a quick little drink break. My drink break actually occurred, prior to me saying that, right? So the next battle we got is against Daniel Picker. I was like, man, is Daniel Picker going to bring another Pikachu team? What's going on here? Okay, so we led out here with the Charizard. Well, he led out with the Charizard, shiny Charizard. Never ever seen one of them before. And I've got my Yamask lead. So Yamask can do the usual Trick Room setup. Now, these battles were against, I believe they were against my chat. So I sort of put a code up and I'm like, you know, guys, code. I said what the code was and, you know, first and best dress gets a battle. So, you know, there's a couple of hundred people there, and I basically picked the first one that came. So going for the Destiny Bond here, I wasn't sure if every single one of these battles was against someone in my chat. It's possible that someone could have typed that code in too. So if you did partake in one of these battles and you battled me, let me know in the comment section. I always like to, know who I verse. So we got a double K here with the Charizard getting taken out by my Yamask, and, an eye for an eye, which wasn't too bad. Charizard was pretty dangerous too. Now, my option here was to go pretty much with this team, right? I'll break it down, right? So, my Yamask pretty much allowed Cofagrigus and Runerigus to wreak havoc on the other team. Basically, they had to take out, 2 Pokemon each, and then the Yamask would take out 1 each, and that usually resulted in me winning, 1-0 or losing, 0-1. I really had to get some KOs with these Pokemon. So we got the Lola Raichu and the Orbeetle. Orbeetle's going to be swapping into a boosted Shadow Ball. And man, Orbeetle ain't going to be living that one. No way. That's a really cool shiny, by the way. I really like, actually, the G-Max Orbeetle has really grown on me too. I actually really, really like it. Okay, so they're in a lot of trouble here. I'm actually dominating their team. And we got a low-key Toxtricity sliding in. And they're actually going to have a G-Max Toxtricity. Now I was like, okay, they could go for a Dark-type move, or they could just straight up go for the G-Max move. But Cofagrigus is really bulky, right? So they're going to probably need to go for a super effective move. Now, I've got that big boost there. If they do go for a super effective move, Weakness Policy could come into effect. So going for Psychic, almost taking out. It was very, very close there. I guess, if it was Stab, I definitely would have taken out, but it wasn't. So I'm going to hit by a super effective move there. That is actually going to activate my Weakness Policy too. So I've got +2 in special attack. Sorry, +2 in special attack, plus the Nasty Plot. So they are in a world of pain. The only bad thing for me, right, is the Trick Room is going to run out. So now they can go for a G-Max Stun Shock, and, that's going to be enough to take me out, unfortunately. If they had one more turn of Trick Room, I would have been it would have been very difficult for them to take me out. Okay, so half my team's gone. I've nearly taken out half the team. So at the moment, things aren't too great, right, because I've still got another 4 Pokemon to deal with. So we're going to have a Max Darkness here. The only thing I was kind of worried about there is that if they went for their the signature move, right? Because my Focus Sash would have kicked in, but they could have poisoned me, right? And then Focus Sash could have, Focus Sash would have been gone. So it was really lucky that they actually, just went for a super effective there. So I've got my Trick Room up, which is pretty good. You've got the Toxtricity going down after its 3 turns of G-Max 2. Now, instead of actually just, going for the Destiny Bond, I've got Earthquake and Astonish on this set for some coverage, and that's going to take out a Pokemon without using up a Destiny Bond. So that's really, really big. If Yamask could take out a Pokemon without using Destiny Bond, that was a really big thing, because that was another Pokemon that Cofagrigus and Runerigus didn't have to take out. So now Flapple is going to flap into the battle. I could go for the Destiny Bond here. I was hoping it was going to go for a Grab Apple or something like that and, take me out. And my dreams came true. Flapple basically threw itself at me, and that's going to land on my little head. And that's going to take me out, and it's going to take the Yamask out at the same time, which is really good. So now we're pretty much on par here. I've got 1 more Pokemon left, and they have got 2. So a very, very close battle at this point, considering I only bought 4 Pokemon to the game, right? Okay, so my last hope here is Runerigus. I am under the Trick Room, and things are pretty good, right? Now we've got the Cube Mouse coming up. Now, Cube Mouse really can't use, can't use any electric-type moves for starters, so it's probably going to be using, a Psychic-type move, right, which is probably, Psychic or something like that. Now, with the Assault Vest attached, I'm going to be extremely bulky, and with, obviously, with D-Max as well, I'm going to be hitting very, very hard, too. The shiny Runerigus looks pretty cool, too. I like it. nice. Both, but to be honest, both of them look good. Like the red and the, is that pink? No, it's more like purple or mauve or whatever. So go for, that was like the Max Darkness coming off Shadow Claw, and that is going to take out the Alola Raichu. So there's one more Pokemon left. And that last Pokemon, I believe, is... Yeah, it's Cinderace. So Cinderace. So I can go for a ground-type move, but coming off Earthquake, it's like, does this have a Focus Sash or does it not? And it turned out it did have a Sash, and that, my friends, is the third battle. A very close, like battle the whole time there. Like, I was about 1 to 2 Pokemon down the whole time, but those Yamask really got me back into the game, especially the Yamask that used Earthquake and then went for the Destiny Bond. Taking 2 Pokemon out was a really big thing there. Okay, let's get into 4th battle. Man, it's been a long time since I've done 4 battles in a video. I'm trying to remember the last time I actually did that. I think it might have been the Gigantamax Pokemon team. I think. Okay, this was against Checosaurus on my Twitch stream, and I think all of them were on my Twitch stream, to be honest. But I'm not sure about that last battle. I don't believe that was against someone on my Twitch chat, or they just didn't mention it. And usually I ask, who that was afterwards. So we got a Galar lead there, and Galar isn't going to take me out the Ice Punch. I would have been salty if that actually froze me. That would have been really bad. So once again, setting up the Trick Room here, allowing my Pokemon to wreak havoc, especially my Cofagrigus, against the opponent. So now I'm going to go for the Destiny Bomb there. That's creepy how it holds up its like little yellow mask then when it does its moves. It's cool, but it's creepy. So we got a big old Ice Punch there, taking my Yamask out, and that is also going to take out the Galar at the same time. Most battles, right, if you look at most battles, if you think about it, most battles I could always get a Destiny Bond KO, unless the opponent sort of predicted it, which most of the time they didn't, because you don't often see a Yamask in battle. Now, maybe on the second Yamask, you might predict another one after seeing what team I was running, but still, you could get a sneaky one in there if you could. So we got another Alola Raichu. This time, it's going to be a shiny one. So I went for a Nasty Plot there, and we got the Raichu going for a Nasty Plot as well. We both went for a Nasty Plot, so that made me think, does this have a Focus Sash, right? Because this would be really bad if it went for something like Shadow Ball. Even Thunderbolt would be doing a lot of damage after, a Nasty Plot. Unfortunately for them, their Pancakes is going to get eaten, and it's going to be going down. And that's good for me because I took 2 Pokemon out, right? So I need to take probably 1 more out of Cofagrigus. So Malamar is going to come into the battle. There's a lot of shiny Pokemon in all these battles. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball against the Malamar. Malamar's kind of bulky, so I thought it'd probably be able to live this one. And I gave it a special defense drop because it had Contrary. I was like, damn, that sucked. So we're going to Foul Play there. Foul Play isn't going to do too much damage coming off my attack. And I'm actually going to get Contrary on my Cofagrigus, which is actually quite good. And I'm going to give Mummy to the Malamar. Now, my Weakness Policy is going to get activated there. And Malamar is absolute toast. And it's got leftovers as the item too. That's not going to be enough to be able to live like another Shadow Ball. I've got +4 in special attack. And it's got +1 from the special defense boost that I gave it with Shadow Ball. That's pretty unlucky. Like, that's the only thing about Contrary. If you've got it, someone uses like a move that could drop your stats, and you actually can change the whole battle, really. So Malamar is going to go down. I'm in a very good position at the moment. I've already taken out half their team. So indeed, he's going to come in here. The Trick Room is now gone, and the Psychic Surge is on the field. So all that I really had to do against Indeedee was body press. All my other moves weren't going to do like loads and loads of damage. So we're going to Shadow Ball here, and I was like, okay, Shadow Ball's definitely going to take me out. Indeedee's got a lot of special attack. I'm not exactly on a high amount of health either, so Cofagrigus is going to go down. But Cofagrigus did a wonderful job there, taking out like half the team with Yamask's help. So into the second Yamask here, I was a little bit worried they may predict a Destiny Bond, but I really had to get that Trick Room up regardless, right? So going all the way down to my Sash like I knew I would, and that's pretty good. Like, this team actually worked out pretty good, like, considering if you had to heavily rely on Cofagrigus and Runerigus, though, to get some KOs. Okay, so instead of going for an attacking move, they went for a swap. So they probably predicted, this probably has Destiny Bond on it. Now, I went for the Destiny Bond. It's going to fail. You can't use Destiny Bond in succession. Now I have to make the choice here. Should I go for another one? It's going to probably fail. Or should I go for Astonish to try and get a flinch? I went for the Astonish, hoping for the flinch. Look at the damage that did. It's a 3-hit KO. And then Espeon goes for a Reflect. I'm like, oh, no. Now I had to make the choice. Do I go for Astonish to get the flinches, or just go for another Destiny Bond. I decided to go for another Destiny Bond and, you know, throw a spanner in the works. And they went for a, I nearly said payback, then a side shock, and then Yamask is going to go down, and the Espeon is going to go down as well. So that's really good. That's good. We're getting rid of the Espeon too. Espeon, quite a good special attacker there. And if it had any way of boosting its stats, or if it had light screen, those sort of moves can be quite annoying. So the Reflect is still up on the field. I've got Runerigus left, so I was like, okay, Reflect is on the field. I have to get some sort of boost in my stats. Maybe try and outlast this and see how it goes, right? I do have Shadow Claw, which can actually get around that with a crit, but the chances of that happening are pretty small, right? Okay, so Indeedee are going to be coming in here. I've got I can go for Dynamax here. I pretty much am forced to go for Dynamax. They do have one Pokemon that I was really, really worried about, which they haven't brought in either. So go for Dynamax. I was hoping if I can get some special defense boost, because all the Pokemon they had left were special attackers, right? Unless they had like a sneaky physical, you know, meme set on their last Pokemon. So getting that big old buff and attack there, I can go for this and get some definite special boost. I was hoping for like, if I could get 3 off, right? That'd be like super, super handy. So go for the Max Quake on the Indeedee. 2 hits going to take it out, which is going to be really good. And I'm going to get my special defense boost. Now, I knew they were going to go for a Shadow Ball there. I was like, okay, well, Shadow Ball's good. It won't do much damage. The only thing you have to worry about is like a special defense drop. And they got a special defense drop there. So my first boost was actually, it was wiped clean. So like, okay, I'll just go for another one then. And then they got 2 in a row. This was like deja vu to the very first battle, in case like I wasn't getting critted this time, but my boosts were getting removed, right? So go for a second one. At this stage, right, I'd used 2 turns of Dynamax, and I still hadn't got a single boost in special defense. Like, I only just like leveled up the, you know, the drop stats. So the last Pokemon is the Hatterene, and guess what, guys? They haven't Dynamax or G-Max yet. I was pretty scared here because I knew they'd have a special attacking move. Now, my last hope here was to go for just an outright super effective move, or go for another, like, you know, Max Quake to try and boost my special defense. So, of course, we got the big old G-Max Hatterene here. I'm actually trying to think if I've done that sweep before. I believe I've done a G-Max Hatterene sweep. Maybe I didn't do it with the G-Max. I know that I've done a Hatterene sweep before. Okay, anyway, regardless, I was sort of just musing on that subject. We got a G-Max Smite here, and this one is going to be doing some pretty good damage to my Runerigus. Not taking me out, though, but the problem about this is actually going to confuse me. So I got some big chickens flying over my little coffin there, and we got like a Life Orb set, too. So now I'm going to be getting confused. I'm going to get past the confusion and go for the Max Phantasm. And this doesn't really do fantastic damage. And that's pretty much it. I cannot do anything at all to this Hatterene. I'm on my last turn of Dynamax, so Cofagrigus is going to be... Runerigus is going to be small again. I've probably called Cofagrigus and Runerigus like the other opposite names already. They're quite confusing. And we've got the Max Mindstorm there. There's no way I'm going to be able to live that one because I got no boost from special defense. And that, my friends, is the 4th battle. Hope you sat here. Did you guys sit here through all 4 battles? Let me know in the comment section. Maybe you want to see this again. I'll catch you guys next time. Some really fun battles. Peace.